Hello, crafty friends. It's Jackie Ballhayes from Clomp and Stampers. Today, I have a super cute shaped card, something a little bit different, but the designer series paper and the dies do all the hard work for us. I also have 4 quick and easy fun fold cards to share with you today that shows you again how you can just let that designer series paper do the work and make some beautiful cards. So let's flip the camera down and let's get crafting. I have to tell you, I think I had more fun making today's projects than I've had in a long time when I've been creating. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek first at what we're making. And then I actually on the side here have 4 other fun fold cards to share with you. But we'll bring those in after we make this one. Now, it's a really super cute shaped card. Oops, I thought I stamped on the inside. Maybe I didn't yet. We'll do that as we stamp this time. But I've made 4 of them and we're going to make a 5th one. Now, I have lots of little tips to share with you for the Filled with Sweetness suite of products. And I did something different this time than I've ever done before. So it comes with super awesome designer series paper. You'll see that I've cut out a whole bunch of the little fruit pieces. I've cut out on my projects a bunch of the different little jars, great prints. But what I did differently, and I think I'm going to keep doing this, I also bought the package of coordinating two-tone cardstock, and I'm keeping it right in my same file folder as the designer series paper. You know, I kind of forget about two-tone cardstock. I don't use it as much as I really wish I would. So I thought maybe this way, by keeping it with the paper, I will. And the nice thing is when you do this, you know you have coordinating cardstock that's going to go with your designer series paper whenever you're using it. So keep it all together. I also found, well, I'll bring in one of the fun folds. We'll come back to this later. But the nice thing, when you're using lots of layers, when you use the two-tone, it is a little bit thinner. So your card doesn't get quite as bulky. So I don't know. I could see myself doing almost all my stuff with two-tone cardstock if I just get in the habit of using it. So let's set this aside for now and let's start working on our card. Now, let me grab what we need to start. Okay, we've got the Granny Apple Green, and you can see when we flip it over, we've got the darker and the lighter. So you kind of have to decide which one you want. I think we'll go with the darker for this project. And I'm using Granny Apple Green ink, so tone on tone. I cut this wide enough, and we're gonna go ahead and just stamp that right on there. Now, remember, we're making this a shape card, but I want my my card to actually be white on the inside for writing on it. So rather than cutting the whole thing out of this two-tone, I'm only going to cut the front, which also helps you kind of save on your colored cardstock without using, it up as quick. So this is our die that actually cuts out the shape. But I only need to cut out the front piece here. So I'm going to go ahead and run this through my cut and emboss machine. Oh, I got that the wrong way. It's got to go this way. I'm going to go run it through the cut and emboss machine, and I'll be right back. Okay, now you'll notice, you can see the little score line here from if I would have cut out the whole piece. So all we're going to do, because we just want the front, stick it in your paper trimmer and just cut off it right where that score line is. That way we'll be able to adhere this to that white card base that'll make our folding card. So there's the front. And then I already have die cut a basic white one here with the whole thing. So now you can see where we can just fold this in half, and this will give us our card. So let's do that. And then we got lots of little parts and pieces here. So I want to first put the top on. Well, actually, we can glue this on here. So let's just use some adhesive, and we're going to stick this onto the front of that white card like so. Okay, so now you can see we're building this cute little shape card. Now, this die cuts out the fun little ruffled piece for up on the top, like fabric over a jar. I found that if I just do it out of designer series paper, it's a little flimsy. Plus, it kind of bugs me because like when you open it up, you see a little bit of that, and I didn't like that. So what I did is I cut one out of the designer series paper, and I also cut one out of basic white, and we're going to just adhere these 2 pieces together. Makes it a little bit sturdier, then we don't see the back of the DSP. So there's that. And then that is going to go on to there. And I think we're going to use some dimensionals. So I'm going to grab, well, I'm going to put quite a few on here because we want to make sure this sticks down really good and holds on there. That should be good. And then let's pick these off. They're flying everywhere. Do you guys get dimensional packs everywhere? I sure do. And then this will stick up here so it just kind of covers the top part of the jar there. Okay, so there is our jar. Now what we want to do is just build a fun little focal layer for on the top of it. And I pre-cut here 2 of the labels. Okay, there's, what is there, 1, 2, 3, about 4 different labels, I think, that come with the dies for this set. And we're just going to go ahead and stamp on this one, love you very much, just like so. And then there's also the fun little heart. So let's grab strawberry slush. Gotta use strawberry slush with this one just because of strawberries. And now I wanted to layer this one a little bit. So what I did is I cut one out of Misty Moonlight, and you can see here's the dark and here's the light. I wanted to use the lighter shade. And then I am just gonna take my scissors, because it doesn't have to be a perfect cut, and trim right down the middle. And what I'll do is bring in that adhesive, and I am going to flip my white over, and I'm going to put just a little adhesive up along the top there, because we're going to put the half of it up there on the top so you can just see the top little ridge there. And then we'll go ahead and do that here. This is a little trick you can use with like any label dies or punches. If you want to get that second layer, just trim it in half, put half on the top, half on the bottom, or you could go side to side if you wanted to as well. So there's our love you very much. So let's go ahead and flip that over, and we'll put some dimensionals on here as well. So I've had so much fun playing with the papers that go with this suite, as well as making these fun little shaped cards. I've got a whole stack of them. I'm going to pop in the mail to some people here shortly. Now we're going to go ahead and just stick that on there. So we're just building like a little jelly jar. Now we got to decorate this a little bit. So on my first ones that I made, the other 4 that I'll share with you, I fussy cut from the designer series paper, all the little pieces of fruit and stuff. But for this one, let's just go ahead and we'll stamp a strawberry, and we'll stamp some blueberries. So I can give you a couple of coloring tips. Let me move these pads out of here. Now, I know the designer series paper uses Misty Moonlight. Well, I started coloring the blueberries with Misty Moonlight, and I'm like, didn't like them. They were too dark. But I thought, I got blueberry bushel. Shouldn't blueberries be colored with the blueberry bushel color? So that's what I did. And it looks fine with the Misty Moonlight. So I started with my light, and then I'm going to come in with my dark and add just a little bit of highlighting down on the bottom here. Come back with the light. Okay, don't have to be perfect when you color these. I love the Stampin' Blends simply because you don't get those harsh lines that you get with a water-based marker. It's an alcohol-based. You want to make sure you're using a water-based ink when you use them, so it doesn't run. I actually stamp these in Secret C. I know quite often I used to always say use your Memento, but any waterproof ink works great. Or not waterproof, water-based. And so I actually like the Secret C the best. So there's our blueberries, and then we'll do the same with the strawberries. So we'll come in with that granny apple green, and I'm gonna start, ooh, did I grab dark? Yep, we're starting with dark. Okay, our leaves are gonna be a little bit darker now that I started with these. Usually I start with light and then add some dark, but that's okay. We'll come in, add a little light just to get, you know, the whole idea of these, I think, is just to get a few different shades in there. Okay, when you use them, make sure you snap those tops on there. Notice I am using the bullet tip. The other side of the Stampin' Blend is a brush tip. Personally, 99.9% of the time, I like the bullet. I feel like I have more control with it. And those brush tips, you have to be super light-handed because otherwise you'll break down that brush. So I don't know, I've just always been able to color better with the bullet, unless it's a really, really, really large space. Then I might use the other side. Okay, so bring the light back in here, just kind of coming around. And we'll let that dry. Well, those brush marks will kind of blend out of there as it dries. So let's do magic a TV. How's that for a thing? And I have already colored and die cut some. So now we can just go ahead and add these. So I'm gonna put this one right down here. So I'm gonna put my dimensional just along that edge, okay? Because I want to make sure the dimensional sticks to the Granny Apple Green and not the label that's already raised up. And then we can put a little adhesive on this side so that it sticks to the label. Hope that makes sense. And that makes everything nice and level. And then our blueberries, let's see, we'll stick those up there. So again, we're gonna use just a small piece here, because I don't want to get it too far into the berry, because we don't want to touch that label. Put a little adhesive on here. Now notice, you can see on the back, I should point this out, that when you use Stampin' Blends, they do bleed through. So for that reason, like on this card, I wouldn't want to stamp here and color, because it's going to bleed to that back side, and I don't like that. So if you want something on the inside, you're going to want to make sure you color it, cut it out, and add it on there as well. So love you very much. And then let's go ahead and use the other stamp that just says, "You're the sweetest." This is what I thought I stamped in the other ones. And we are almost done. Then I get to show you my fun folds and the other cards like these. Okay, so "You're the sweetest," and we'll just stick a strawberry there. And, oh, I almost forgot. There's these other two little dies, okay? Those two, and I've pre-cut these, and they make, it looks like baker's twine. When I first saw some samples with the stamp set, I thought it was that someone had actually wrapped baker's twine around it and tied it into this perfect bow. But look at this. And I love how much this just adds. We're going to just stick that on there. These, because they're so thin, if you like to use adhesive sheets, that would work really good with these to stick them down. Otherwise, if you're using liquid adhesive like I do, all you need is a teeny tiny bit. Okay, now our card is done. Let me move some of this stuff out of here and bring the other ones in. Because again, remember, I have the pack of the two-tone cardstock that goes with the designer series paper. And I believe these are the 5 colors. Oh, there's Secret C in there too as well. But I wanted to just make sure, to kind of use them all. And you can see these berries are a little bit larger. All of the ones on these I cut from that designer series paper. I sat one night as I was watching TV and just cut a whole bunch of pieces. So those are our jelly jar shaped cards. Now let me show you the fun folds. Now what I did is, because I loved this designer series paper so much, and there's not a lot of stamping to make your focal layers on these, I decided to grab my fun fold card template book, and I started flipping through here to find some fun folds that were just really easy ones, and ones that would allow me to really let the designer series paper do most of the work. So I followed the templates in there. I'll go ahead and stick pictures of these cards over on the blog post. Also details of the shaped card we did. So if you have the Fun Fold book, pull it out and you'll be able to make these. Otherwise, I'll put information about that book there as well. All of these cards were simple, and they just really, it's that easy fun fold that adds so much to your card, but just lets that designer series paper really do the work. So we have those, and then we have this one. I love how this opens and opens, And again, lots of designer series paper, and all of these were with that two-tone. So you can see there's the lighter on the back side, but especially making these fun fold cards, it makes them not so thick and bulky because it is thinner. And then this one here, for our jar, I just put it on the front, so it's not an open up jar kind of card. And then this is the jar top that's on there as well. And then there, you're the sweetest. So there you go. There are 4 easy fun fold ideas, as well as our shaped cards. So I hope you like the tips and the ideas. I love these products. They're just so fun and bright and springy and summery. So make sure you check the blog post. I'll have the link in the video description. And over there, I'll have pictures of all of them, the supply list, and more details on making the shaped card. So thanks for watching, my friends. I'll be stamping again with you real soon. Have a stamp happy day.